Hey there, have you ever had an emergency pop up and it just throws you off kilter and you just feel like your stress level is imploding and exploding because of this situation? Well, hey there, everybody. It's Kate Beaters, your breakthrough success expert. And I recently had something happen to me, and I want to share with you what I did to make the experience a whole lot more calming and more restful and all that, as opposed to the typical stress that we often feel during these situations. So, what happened to me in a nutshell is I had a dental emergency, and I am a dentist's daughter. And even though my dad passed away a few years ago, I like to think that I honor his memory by having healthy, good teeth. So, dental emergencies kind of throw me off a bit. And of course, this thing happened, the office was already closed, it was after hours, it was a holiday weekend. I didn't know if they were working over the weekend, all sorts of stuff. And it created stress because I was wondering, like, will I get this thing taken care of in time? And, will it lead to a bigger problem? All sorts of stuff was kind of throwing me off. And I pulled in these tools and it made all the difference. So we're going to do some tapping. And if you have never tapped before, I recommend going to katebeaters.com/tapping. You can learn about this phenomenal technique that has changed millions of people's lives, including my own. Also remind you to take responsibility for your own well-being, because tapping is one of the most powerful mindset techniques out there. If you don't like it, just please simply stop. And lastly, if you're enjoying these videos, it would really help me out by you clicking like and also clicking subscribe. Alrighty, so before we start our tapping, everyone take a nice deep breath, okay? Inhale through your nose. Let it out. And tapping looks like Simon Says. You're going to tap where I tell you to tap and repeat the words after me. So on the side of the hand, the karate chop. Even though I can't release the stress from this emergency, I want to find a way to love and accept myself. Even though it seems like I'll never be able to release the stress from this emergency, I want to love and accept myself. Even though it seems impossible, the stress will never go away, I want to find a way to love and accept myself. Okay, shake them out. We're going to go to the points on the face and body, repeating after me. All this stress. All this stress. There's so much stress from this emergency. Why did it have to happen to me? Why did it have to happen now? All this stress. All this stress. And of course, I can't reach anybody. It's after hours. What if it never gets fixed? All this stress. All this stress. Why did it have to happen to me? Especially at this time. I have other things I'd rather be doing than dealing with this. All this stress. All this stress. Maybe I caused it. Maybe I'm to blame. Maybe it's my fault. Now I'm playing the blame and shame game. All this stress. All this stress. All this stress. It's weighing me down. Feels like it weighs a ton. And the truth is, stress doesn't help solve the solution. The stress doesn't help at all. Stress just makes me feel worse. And I don't want to feel worse. I'd like to feel more in control. It's hard right now. But something that's helped me in the past is to remind myself of the law of attraction expression that things are always working out for me. Things are always working out for me. And I like to remind myself that because it's true. Worrying and being stressed out isn't going to solve this. Worrying and being stressed out isn't going to make me feel good. It's just going to make me feel worse. And most likely, I'm not even going to remember this problem in a couple of weeks. Most likely, I won't even remember it. So why do I want to waste all this time and energy worrying about something that won't really matter in a few weeks? Because I know it'll get solved. I know there's a solution for it. I know I have the resources. I know it'll get solved. I may not know exactly how or when, but it will get solved. And I want to have faith and trust that it will work out for me. It will get solved. Because things are always working out for me. Things are always working out for me. Okay, deep breath and let it out. Okay, so how did that feel? Didn't it feel good, right? You know, and I'll tell you, I noticed me personally that as I put this practice into play, I've noticed over the years that these stressful things don't bother me in the same way. Like even just using what happened recently, that I was even doing a check-in, like, Kate, shouldn't you be worried about this thing? It is a problem. And I was like, no, because it's going to get solved. There's nothing I can do right at this moment. I know it'll work out because things are always working out for me. And as I was able to do that, I released my stress and I just enjoyed the rest of the evening. And I will share with you what happened, which was really cool, is that the next morning I reached out to the dental office. They were open. They got me an appointment that morning. I was in and out within 20 minutes. I've never had a dental appointment go that quickly, especially for an emergency, usually because when they're squeezing you in, you have to wait, and then it takes forever and the whole thing. It was done and dusted and over with. And I know this is because of my positive energy. I just held this belief that things are always working out for me, and I held the faith and trust. And I'd like you to do the same. And if I can help you take this further to learn how to really start taking your own power back and being able to look at these things, have these reframes, these mindset shifts, please reach out to my team to learn about private coaching. info@katebeaters.com. So remember this tapping. You might want to bookmark it, pull it out whenever you do have an emergency pop up, and just tap along with me on your situation. And so until we meet again, be brilliant.